There is a lot of style and design in the Beehive State, much as you may not believe that to be true, but our next guests definitely know a thing or two about that. Brad Mee is the editor of Utah Style and Design, Tessa Woolf, the associate editor, and guys, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
So the new issue just coming out. Tell us a little bit about the latest of what's going on in style and design.
Well, it's the winter issue, so we naturally focus on those things that kind of make us, we live in the home now, we focused on our rooms, finished with the holidays, kind of clearing things out, want a little bit of peace and quiet, and actually focused big time on the fireplaces.
Really?
And we're all gathered around them. Well,
as you can see, we have gathered around our lovely roaring
we should have had that in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Magic of television, folks. The fireplace changed a lot from the good old-fashioned, roaring hearth.
Well, I think yes, I think there are more of them in the house. I mean, it used to be there, you would focus on the great room fireplace or the living room fireplace, but now it seems like the homes that we're featuring, you always have that fireplace anchoring, the main living area of the house, but you go into the office, the little library, obviously the master suite, even bathrooms, right. Some amazing,
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you need a fireplace in the bathroom? How much time are you spending in that tub?
Is that? Picture relaxing in a tub with a nice roaring fire.
Well,
and they're not simple fireplaces.
No,
they're amazing.
Well, I have to think it's also probably a nice feng shui kind of thing, fire and water all mixing in one environment. It's not all the big rustic stone and and wrought iron that I think you see in a lot of houses here in Park City.
Well, we specifically dealt with that. The story was showing a variety of different styles, sizes, locations in the homes, and explained the idea was how to finesse your own fireplace. What can you take from what this designer did and incorporate it somehow into your home if yours is less than, beautiful. So that was the whole take on it. And I think we came up with some great examples.
Now, are all of these gas fireplaces, or is it a mix of...
It's a mix. It's a mix.
People do still burn actual wood in actual fireplaces.
Yeah, and we actually have a section, we spoke with a remodeler, and very busy people right now, these remodelers, and she said that there are some homes, people that actually want the wood-burning fireplaces because they're rarer now, so that they actually can demand a little more price when you sell the house. I don't know how realistic that is, because you can't burn them all the time with air quality concerns and everything. And
who has room to store all that wood?
Well, there's that too. Yeah.
Although I will say nothing beats the scent and the sound of that crackle of
Yes. In addition to the individual homes, you also did a feature as well on commercial property, one of the most stylish properties anywhere in the state, and it's right here in Park City.
Right. Well, in every issue we cover, have a feature on architecture. So, and it can be, I mean, it's Utah Style and Design, so we cover everything throughout the state. And this one, we specifically wanted to cover the Sky Lodge, which you're very familiar with, right here in Park City. It's a fantastic building, and I think the concept behind it and the design, the thoughtfulness in the design was really interesting in this story.
For people who haven't seen it, it's going to be one of the hottest spots here in town just starting this week, because it's right there at the corner of Main Street and Heber Avenue, and it is, it looks down on where the music cafe is going to be. It looks, right up to Main Street, and you can see everything. What were some of the design elements and architectural elements that you guys really thought stood out?
Well, I think what was really amazing was that it actually fit Park City. I mean, we had a lot of people tell us when we questioned them about what would be a great story. They said, we really like the Sky Lodge because it doesn't look like something they transplanted from somewhere else. And they did that because they took into consideration what that piece of land might have been had Park City not become this big resort. And they figured, because you have the railroad depot right there, that it would have been a warehouse district. So they integrated elements that would have been on a warehouse into the construction of this. So you have the plank side concrete and the red clapboard kind of that would match, I think, an old structure that was actually on the property. So there was a lot of thoughtful design, not just let's put up something that's big and glitzy.
And yet, you know, so it still has some of those classic, you know, touches that make it fit within the Park City Old Town design, as well as having all the modern amenities and all the glass, and giving you all those views that you were really looking for.
Exactly, and it really, I mean, that location is key. You know, as we had spoken about earlier, just for example, the hot tubs that are on these balconies. To be able to sit on a hot tub and stare up Main Street, I mean, that's an ideal spot to sit.
The setting's amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, and there's so much going on there. They've got the rooftop swimming pool. I have a feeling that's going to be quite popular during the festival. I'm hoping it's heated.
Well, I hope so.
The interesting thing about that was that bar is really spectacular, but it isn't a public bar. If you're own or staying in the place, then you can use it, and it's. I mean, it's very nice.
Yeah.
And the design inside is really well done.
And it translates to really all the facility, even some of the public facilities like the restaurants and the spa as well. And if you do want a little bit more information on the Sky Lodge, you've been seeing some clips. We did do a great feature. Our own director, Mickey Freeman, shot and edited this feature, Eye on Design, on the Sky Lodge. You can get that on our website, parkcity.tv. But speaking of websites, that leads us to you, Tessa. You are the online maven for style and design.
Well, working very closely with Brad, and we have a fantastic web team in our office composed of Aaron Bean and Greg Thilmont, and they do an amazing job with the site and have been really key in getting it up and running. But yes, we redesigned our site, so we have a new, big, beautiful site. Full of all the great new web tools, including we have some new blogs on there. We have a statement of style blog is what it's called, and that includes tips, trends, advice, all kinds of elements from local designers, local entertaining experts.
Restaurant reviews. And it's a daily blog. I mean, there's something new all the time.
What's up on the site today?
So today we actually have a really, really funny and witty blog that I encourage everyone to check out by one of our favorite designers, Lamar Lisman. And it was a blog he wrote talking about, you know, this skull trend that we're seeing in fashion, and it's transferring to design.
You see it on T-shirts, and then now it's on pillows and fabrics
and dishes and things like that. And
when you start seeing it in Target, you know.
Where are you on the curve?
Well, and the way he poses it is just very funny, you know, kind of, we're alive, this is designed for the dead type thing. Of course, it's his take on it, but it's just very witty. And what's great about our blogs is we really want to get feedback from our readers. And of course, as you know, with blogs, you can comment on them, and that's what we really encourage and would like to hear from our readers, and for them to get a little bit more involved and give us some feedback.
And it's also, you know, one thing I found is anytime you can do things online, you never know where it'll point you. It can point you to great new story ideas, some designers that you haven't heard of, architectural projects that you didn't know about. So it's all kinds of great opportunities.
And in that same vein, we're also doing, we now have the capability of video, so we're doing some of that as well, which is sort of that tag taking us in a new direction of other stories and other elements and things like that. So there's a lot of really great information, aside from just sort of the resourcey type information. For example, our statewide dining guide, which is a great resource for anyone in Park City, because we have our food editor, Mary Malouf, you know, loves so many restaurants up here, and she's got great taste. And so it's great because you can search that by type of food, if you're in the mood for a certain type of food, or by region. So up here in Park City, you can log on and check out all the greatest restaurants up here.
And it's just another great way to integrate all the stuff from Salt Lake Magazine as well into the stuff that you guys do. And your other job as editor of Utah Bride and Groom, because, you know, brides and grooms want to be stylish and have well-designed weddings, as well as, you know all the great locations and great restaurants and caterers.
So we're all one big happy magazine family.
Yes, and so tell people, I think we've forgotten to tell people exactly where they can get all this online information.
www.obviously utahstyleanddesign.com. All spelled out, all one word, and obviously all lowercase. So.
Fantastic. All right. Well, guys, Brad, Tessa, thank you guys both so much for stopping by.
Thank you very much.
And I will turn my phone off, and we'll see you right after these words.